Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Clark, research analyst with Money Markets here with your weekly marijuana market update. Now, do make sure you do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Get notified each and every time we post a new video. We've also just launched, well, we haven't just launched, it's been out for a bit, our new membership program on YouTube. And what it does is it gives you exclusive access to even more cannabis market-related content. This includes new videos, interviews with cannabis insiders, a monthly live chat with me, blog posts about movements in the cannabis market, and much more. And all of it for as little as $1.99 a month. So just click join down below on our channel homepage, and you can find out how you can become a part of this new community. Now, today, I'm going to talk about a couple things. One, I'm going to tell you about a new player to the cannabis ETF market, and then I'm going to answer a reader question about a Canadian cannabis stock, or kind of a Canadian cannabis stock, but not really a Canadian cannabis stock. Now, let's start with exchange traded funds. The market right now, the broader market, is packed with ETFs that cover just about every sector, index, and market cap out there. There's some that you have micro cap, large cap, small cap, medium cap, every sector, ag, consumer discretionary, all sorts of ETFs out there to look at. But the market for cannabis ETFs is relatively small. There's about 7 that are well-known cannabis related ETFs, and I did find 2 exchange traded notes, or ETNs, that are cannabis related. Now, ETFs are really good vehicles to give investors broader exposure to a category without trying to put each individual stock into your portfolio. ETFs also come with a 90% return rule, where 90% of the ETF's profits are traditionally paid back to shareholders in the form of dividend payments. So it does make for a nice bit of extra capital if you invest in an ETF. And as of this week, there's actually a new ETF player in the cannabis market. On Monday, Foothills Capital Management converted its Cannabis Growth Fund, or CANIX, C-A-N-I-X, mutual fund into an ETF that is now traded as the Cannabis Growth ETF, BUDX. You might be wondering why Foothill would make the change, and this is pretty simple as to why. The CanX mutual fund had a 1-year return rate of, get this, 94.5%. That is massive. That's for the 12-month period ending June 30th of 2021. However, the fund only had $5 million in assets under management, according to its fact sheet. So the returns were great, but its fund flows were actually relatively low. By converting to an ETF, Foothill Capital can attempt to replicate its high return percentage, along with bringing intraday trading product to the market for traders. Additionally, the new ETF product is going to come with a relatively low operating expense fee, or expense ratio, of 0.79%. And that's relatively in line, or it's just slightly higher than the expense ratios of the other 9 ETFs and ETNs that are on the market. Now, one thing that stands out here is the return of the CanX mutual fund, especially compared to other cannabis ETFs. Now, assuming BUDX will have the same holdings as its CanX predecessor, the 94.5% 1-year return rate is even higher than the 82.5% return by the Amplify Seymour Cannabis ETF, or CNBS, the cannabis ETF that actually has the highest 1-year annual return. So it's beating it by almost 12 percentage points higher than CNBS. It's also higher than the 89% return registered by the Microsectors Cannabis 2X Leveraged ETN, which trades on the stock exchange under MJO. Now, remember, an ETN is more like a bond that can be held through maturity or bought or sold at will. So it is different in that respect from an ETF. An ETN also doesn't buy or sell underlying assets like an ETF, so taxes aren't levied until the fund is sold, which provides long-term capital gains as opposed to short-term gains. Now, if I take out the 2 ETNs and just compare the remaining 7 ETFs, you can see all the ETFs move in lockstep with each other in terms of returns for the most part. BUDX does show a stronger return over the 3 months ending June 30th of 2021. Only the Advisor Share Pure U.S. Cannabis ETF, or MSOS, which only invests in U.S. cannabis-related stocks, has a positive return rate during that time, and that rate was only 1.78%. Now, according to its website, BUDX's return during that same time, 31.25%. That is massive. That is 30 percentage points higher than the next cannabis-related ETF. Now, BUDX only started trading on Monday, so there's very little trading data here at our disposal. But there was some upward movement in the stock on its first day. It opened at around $19 a share and closed out at $20.49, about a 7.8% jump for the first day. Also, the trading volume was actually relatively low, as only about, I want to say, 1,000 shares traded hands in the first day. So not very liquid, but a lot of price movement, which is good. I'm not necessarily advocating for BUDX for your portfolio, but if they can mimic their returns from CanX, it would be really hard to pass up. So it is certainly one to watch. Now, on to a reader question. Edward emailed me at feedback@moneyandmarkets.com to ask, I have a question on a cannabis stock, which I've never heard you talk about. The stock is Trulieve Cannabis Corporation, trades over the counter under TCNNF. I think the stock is out of Canada and it's spreading in the US. Matt, with your infinite knowledge, can you expand on this? Is it a good buy? Edward. Well, thank you for your question, Edward. Be on the lookout for an email from my team. We're going to be sending you some Money Markets gear for submitting the question that we're using here today. Now, Trulieve is a cannabis company, but its listed headquarters is actually Florida. It does trade on the Toronto Stock Exchange, but its headquarters is actually in Florida. The company operates as a medical cannabis company with 90 of its 100 U.S. dispensaries located here in the Sunshine State in Florida. In fact, it is the largest medical cannabis dispensary owner in Florida. Now, it also does have dispensaries in California, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia, but its main presence is right here in Florida. Now, the stock tumbled in recent months along with the rest of the cannabis market. It truly fell about 44% off its previous high in March of 2021. However, TCNNF is inching higher. Technically, its valuation, with the exception to its price to earnings ratio, is on par with the rest of the agriculture industry, and its returns on assets, equity, and investments are all positive. It also has positive gross, net, and operating margins, which are all very, very good. If you toss in the fact that it has the strongest medical presence in Florida, a state where only medical marijuana is legal, but a state where it is in the top 5 of all cannabis revenue in the country, spells good things for Trulieve. And all, I think there is some good long-term potential here for the stock, and its uptick in price movement, if it's sustained, could be a good time to signal a buy-in for Trulieve. So thanks again for your question, Edward. Again, we're going to be sending you some money market swag. Look out for an email coming your way from my team to get more information from you. Now, if you do have a question about the cannabis market or a cannabis stock, you can email me feedback@moneymarkets.com. We'll flash that email address down below, or you can comment below here on YouTube, and we'll look at that as well. If you send us a question or a video of you asking your question, or even a testimonial of how you've done, maybe tracking our watch list performance or something like that, and we use it, we are going to send you some very cool Money and Markets gear for nothing, just for the effort. That's it. Finally, I do encourage you to check out and join our membership program here on YouTube if you aren't already. I provide weekly updates about stocks on our watch list, along with exclusive videos, including interviews with cannabis insiders. There's also blog posts about cannabis investing news, so much more. And you can access all this information for as little as $1.99 a month. So I do encourage you to check that out. Just click the join button here on YouTube and find out how you can learn more about that. We're also planning to do our next live chat event on YouTube, so check back here more to find out when we plan on doing that. The last ones that we've done have been overwhelmingly successful, and we want to do even more of them, so I'm looking forward to it. You can also follow me on Twitter, where I give even more insights, not just in the cannabis market, but the broader market as well. My Twitter handle is Invest with Matt C. That is Invest with Matt C. You can find me there on Twitter. Thank you to all of you who watch our videos each and every week. Adam, Charles, and I, our entire team, we do it because we want to bring you the best insights into cannabis and broader investing that are out there to make profit for you and your portfolio. If you have any cannabis stocks or any stocks in general, any questions for any of the three of us you'd like to ask, that email address is feedback@moneyandmarkets.com. Also, check out moneyandmarkets.com each and every day. We have new content up every day that provides safe, sound, smart, simple, profitable investment information for your portfolio. I'm Matt Clark, research analyst for Money Markets, the host of the Marijuana Market Update. Until next time, everyone, safe trading.